Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. We've got Karina, Kathy, and Judy here, and we're just we're going to. This is going to be such a fun episode.
You kind of caught us in the middle of something.
Yeah,
we were doing.
We're doing this fun game, and we said, okay, we're just doing this game, and I said, stop right there. Oh, look at everybody's joining us.
Yeah.
And check the sound.
That's
because
great.
Okay, check this out.
Okay, Rachel Hinckley was first on.
Hi, Rachel.
Rachel, can you give us a thumbs up? Everybody give us a thumbs up if you can hear us. We don't have that microphone this time we used last time.
Yep, we...
It worked with Elizabeth's phone, but it doesn't work with mine. So anyhow, okay. I'm gonna bring this camera in close so you can all see what we're doing here.
All right. Now, this is a fun game. It's called
Osmandi.
Osmandi, the inventor, Kathy Kinsella right here. And we're having fun with this. And there's Judy right there.
Oh. We've been playing this all week, haven't we?
And then
in way.
Yeah. Okay. This is going to be so fun. I'm going to let Kathy explain the game, the rules, and then we're going to have a little game, and then we'll
just pick for a minute.
Yeah, for a minute. Okay, good. Okay, Kathy.
So basically what Osmandi is, it's a game based on the game Yahtzee, but it's been Osmandized. So instead of like like a chance, you have a one bad apple. Or if you are familiar with Full House, it's called having a party. There's the Osmond Brothers Quartet and the Proud Ones, and
so here's the game right here.
Yeah, that's the score sheet. And so anyway, it's just a lot of fun, and we've been enjoying playing.
Okay, so
roll the dice.
Okay, now here we go. We're gonna start it. Ready? She's rolling the dice just a little bit to the.
Oh, look what she rolled.
So I've got 2 Merrills, 2 Allens, and a Wayne.
Ah, okay. So now what does that mean, Kathy?
So
did you already roll something good?
kind of. I'm almost there at what would be a full house. We're calling having a party. So if I take this dice and I roll it and try to get another Merrill or Allen, then I've got the having a party. So I rolled a J.
Oh, J.
J.
Does that look like me? That's a J. Well, let's get up there. We'll close. Bring the camera up here real close, baby. So you got...
Kathy's made this game.
This is what Alan looks like. This is
I'll just go like that.
Merrill, Jimmy, and Wayne. And then you saw, there's Donnie. And then there's Jay. Okay, now we got an Alan. Okay, now what happens?
She gets one more roll.
You get one more roll because you get 3 rolls.
Actually a Merrill.
Oh, she just rolled. Okay.
Okay, so I did not get
How
the
many
having a
rolls do you
party.
get?
You get 3 rolls. But because I have 2 Allens and 2 Merrills, I have double loving. And so I get 25
25
points for that.
Okay. You want to try your
I'm gonna try it. Okay, ready? It's so silly. I love it. Okay, now what did I get?
You've got 2 Donnies, a Jay, Allen, and Jimmy.
Okay, now what does that mean?
Well, you can go for...
But you didn't win.
Well, great. We'll tell them. Okay.
So, probably what you'll want to do is roll these 3 dice and try to get some more Donnies.
You're gonna.
Take these
Yeah, because
3.
if you get 5, that's your Osmandi.
Right.
Okay.
That's like a Yahtzee.
So I've got Merrill, Alan, and Jimmy.
But you're gonna put them back in the cup.
Now I'm going to put it back in there. Okay.
And you're going to try to keep rolling Donnie.
And I'm going to keep rolling Donnie.
What?
No, I got 2 Waynes and an Allen. So put it back in.
One more roll.
One more roll. Do I get?
Nope.
No. Okay. But what? Let's just say, for the sake of learning the game, let's just say I got a Donnie on there.
Okay. So, Donnie... Each brother has their own points, you know, instead of rolling 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s, Donnie, because he's 5th in line, it gets 5 points, because these are in age order. So, you would score 15 on Donnie.
So there you
go.
Points.
No.
Or you can go 3 of a kind down here.
Or 3 of a kind, which is the American trilogy.
I can't believe that you
Which is
made this
3 of
game.
the
This is amazing. I mean, this is like
This is so
the
fun,
thought that went
Kathy.
into this.
That's so fun.
And so then and then what happens then?
Yeah, now it's
Continue.
Judy's turn.
Now it's
And,
Judy.
and
Okay.
then it would be my turn.
Okay, so now Judy's turn. Okay.
Okay, let Judy take a turn, and then we got to get down to business.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Judy, take a turn.
Judy needs glasses.
Judy needs glasses.
Oh,
Okay.
I got 2 Allens.
2 Allens.
Wait a minute. You've got a.
Wait.
What do you have?
No, I don't have a J. I have
I'm right here.
Alan-
I'm right here.
Wayne.
You can re-roll that one and try to get a J.
Yeah, I have Alan Wayne Merrill,
Okay.
Okay.
but I don't have a J. Oh, wait, Alan Wayne. No.
You've got.
Okay, no. Alan Wayne Merrill
So keep those 3 and try for a J.
and try for a J.
Okay. So she's.
Oh, there's
Oh,
J.
There's my
J.
J.
So now try to
Okay.
get Donnie again.
Okay. I get one more, even though I've got something here.
Uh-huh.
If I can do this.
Nope.
Now you got a Jimmy.
Now I got a
So
Jimmy.
you
that was
got
her.
So,
Now.
an Osmond Brothers quartet.
Oh, what
Okay.
happened?
That you get 40 points for that.
Okay, so I
So
got
that's
40
Alan,
points.
Wayne, Merrill, and Jay. That's
because
a
they have to
quartet.
be in
Did you hear that?
succession.
Did you just hear? So if you get a 4 Alan Wayne Merrill
There's a
J, the
quartet.
original quartet, you get.
40 points.
I get 40 points.
Woo!
Oh, I'm liking this game. Okay. Okay.
Well, thank you, Kathy.
No, it goes on and
lot
on.
of fun.
All I can say is, whoop! I go sideways there. There
Oh,
you go.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I got to get our little tripod up.
Oh, we're gonna put the tripod back up. Okay.
So
Whoop.
sorry, you guys. You're gonna go away for a sec.
Don't go away. We're working on a
got it.
camera.
Well, no. See, when I hold it, it makes it into a one piece.
Oh, is that?
But when you want to set it back up, you've got. Sorry.
Ooh, we're out. We're out.
I know we did, sweetie. I know we did. I don't know what to do. It's not coming.
Can I help you?
Yeah. I don't know what to do, Jay. No, I don't know what to do. It separates. These
Oh,
things.
something
They
came back
separate?
up.
Please separate.
Okay, we're just gonna
right.
prop this up.
Judy, you're gonna have to hold
No,
the camera for
no,
us.
it's okay. We'll just prop it up. It's
Okay.
okay. I'll just take it out of here.
Okay.
Take it out of our nifty little
Our nifty
thing,
little thing, huh?
and we'll just prop it up.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
Can you get me something right
Uh
there?
huh. How about that? Would
No.
would that not
No.
work? Okay. How
No.
about no? How about that?
Sweetie.
No. Okay. Oops.
Oh my word.
Okay. Oh, I hope you're having much fun as we are.
Okay, I hope that'll work.
All right.
Okay, as long as they can see Jay, we're okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're seeing the big
Light.
light there on top, so we'll have to bring it down just a little bit if we can.
You know what? Why don't you let me go over there and hold it?
Okay, good idea.
I'll do that.
Good idea. Okay, well, anyway, we're we are. This is typical of our week, though. You know what? I want to hear something crazy. You know, everybody has these moments where like things go wrong. You plan, even though you plan as much as you can, things will go wrong. And I'm over fine arts, as you know, in our school, the assistant director of fine arts, and I'm also working with 2 people by the name of Raleigh Jones and Jesse Moore, and they're over academics. And you don't know what you're made of until things go completely crazy and wrong, you know? So, and so a lot of things happened during school this last week that were just surprises. In other words, teachers didn't show up. They called in sick. They, someone had a panic attack. And I'm hearing on the radio here, and we're running around trying to solve problems the best we can. And I was watching our director, Ray Turley, and Raleigh, and there's so many people there who I work with, stay cool under fire. That I was so impressed, and I just wanted to talk to you about a couple of things that happened to me. I was so impressed with how, especially when the teachers would panic, you know, or not show up or whatever, how cool everybody was. And I thought in my past, I had seen people who would remain cool under fire until yesterday. And Raleigh calls me. He says, Jay, I need you to take over the science lab and the science class for 3 periods. Can you do that? Okay. No, Raleigh knows my history about science. That was the hardest subject, called physical science, my hardest subject. And I said, Raleigh, I'll be glad to. You know I struggle in physical science, don't you? And he says, yes, I do. But you're going to do this, and you're going to do it good because they got lesson assignments and all that. And I says, you got it. So I walked over, and there was a wonderful lady named Carrie Turley, who was the teacher of teachers. And she showed me the ropes, what to say, how to do it quickly, and she did it. And I really professional to the max, classy. And I took on 3 classes. Whoops, there it goes, the phone. But anyway, I took on 3 classes, the physical science. And you know what? I taught it well, and I struggled, and it was like an amazing thing for me because the class that I struggled in so much, here I was teaching. It was like an amazing miracle. And I captured their attention. We got through the subject material, and here I was later on. Never would I imagined that I would be teaching the subject that is the most hard, the most difficult for me, and that was physical science. And then I took a break, and I said, okay, I'm just going to go after that on the I think it was 5th period. I walked into a class, and her name was Mrs. Armstrong, and I sat there, and I saw her teach something that just was amazing. It was in junior. This was the junior high side, pre-algebra math that I never knew. No wonder I struggled. No wonder. And I go, if I would have known that, I would have saved me so much time. And I just am just so impressed with the people at ALA, especially their director, Ray Turley, who is just amazing. And I just thought, you know, the Lord has amazing ways to help you learn things, even in our older age. And my sweet wife is doing something right now because it's leading up to something that's very important. My brother, who was a major scientist, Wayne, he, thank you for setting that up, by the way.
Dylan, I was laughing because you came home and said,
Oh,
you know, I taught,
come here.
no, it's
Over
okay.
here. Over here.
Remember when you told me that you taught science, but how much Wayne would have done? Like, how much better Wayne would have done?
My brother Wayne, okay, was a major scientist. He's beyond his years. I mean, he's brilliant, and he put together something that has impressed me so much. And I think we might have to stand on this one, but
No,
I have to
you're
show
fine.
with it.
Yeah.
Can they see it in there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You see this contraption? This is a contraption that Wayne developed right here. Okay. Can you all see it? Okay. And by the way, is the sound coming out okay?
Can you all hear the sound? Okay, I think they can. They're all
Okay.
saying thumbs up, so.
Okay, good. Thumbs up? Okay, good. You see this contraption? Brother Wayne put this together. And the reason he did it, because he would talk about how we carry the light within us. Okay? And so, you know, when people are negative and downers or just mean, you know.
Yeah, we've kind of had this reoccurring
We've had this
subject.
reoccurring subject,
Like
haven't we?
we really want to impress upon everybody to be the light and to be positive and how much it's going to make you happy and bless your lives. And so
Yeah.
when Jay saw this and with science yesterday, teaching science, he thought of getting it out and showing it to you. And anyway,
I did, and Wayne put this in this little shoebox, and it's always been hiding in my closet.
And I thought it was shoes.
She thought it was shoes. No, it's from Brother Wayne. He gave this to me because I was so impressed with what he did. Okay, here's how it goes. Now this is the light, and he developed this. this is the light within us, okay? And when we're positive, we become, let's see. There we go. Now, when we're positive, we start developing light. The more we are positive, the more people want to be around us, and they can feel our light. And then when you have your thoughts that are positive, and this is not just being behaviorally, it's what we're thinking too, because we could all of a sudden be thinking something really crappy or rotten, and that light goes out within us. And we really reflect what we're thinking. Like when someone says, how are you feeling today? You doing okay? Well, what that stirs up that light inside someone else. This is not just the light within you. This is the light within someone else. And then the more you're positive, and I don't mean going around saying life is just a bowl of cherries, but I'm just saying the more happy you feel, and the more what you think and how you think, the more happy thoughts you think, the brighter your soul's going to be.
I like how you're saying that also we can also help others to get their light brighter.
That's right. That's exactly right.
People aren't being able to hear, Kathy
Yeah.
said.
Kathy?
Yeah, they can't hear.
Okay. All right.
Well, when we ask for sound, there's tons of thumbs up. I think we always have people that maybe their own system isn't working correctly.
Okay.
But hey guys, Kathy's saying that there's a few of you mentioning that you can't hear very well. If you can hear well what Jay's saying, can you please give us thumbs up so we'll know that it's okay and we can go ahead and go forward? If you can hear Jay, give us thumbs up. Yeah, there's tons of thumbs up.
Good. Okay, good.
I think there's always those few people that say I can't hear.
Yeah.
But usually it's like their
They're-
internet or their computer. Or,
Some people can't hear. I'll try and talk a little bit louder because we're having technical difficulties, but life is full of technical difficulties.
as we found out.
As we found out, and this is a little test on us today because we had, things went wrong technically, but they really went wrong yesterday at school. But you don't know what you're made out of until things are going wrong, okay? And we learned from this, and we learned how to stay cool under fire, and things will work out eventually. But anyway, getting back to the light, and the lighter and the brighter we are, the more people can feel that light. Let's just say Judy over here is having a real bad day, okay? Now, let's say that the light that I shine, you don't think she's going to feel that? You don't think that's going to affect her? What about my wife for a minute, okay? Now, let's just say she's having a bad day. All right, and so now if I let that affect me, that's going to affect me like this. Then all of a sudden, then she's going to feel gloomy. And what if she's having a bad day? What if I say she needs a little bit of light? So I says something positive. Are you okay? Are you feeling all right? What can I do to help you? You don't think she's going to feel that light? Now look at me. What if I'm coming into the room and I'm like this, and I've got anxiety and worry and fear, and I'm like this? How do you think that's going to affect my wife if she's like this, and I'm coming in with a dark, but all of a sudden she's like this? Okay, this is now my wife. She's like that. She's having a good day. You don't think that that's going to affect me? I'm going to feel that warmth from her. And so that's why the scriptures say, be of good cheer. And know that I am there. Know that the Lord is there. And things are going to work out. It's a lot of what we go through each day, we bring on ourselves. It's how we're looking at these problems. If every one of us panicked yesterday, at all the administrative people, do you imagine the disaster we would have had yesterday? But going back to my friend Raleigh, he was like this yesterday. He stood as a beacon for me, and I was like this, okay, because I thought, oh gosh, I can't do this.
I can't substitute.
I can't substitute.
You were so worried about
I
it.
was.
And you did such a good job.
Thank you, sweetheart. I was like this. But let's say that Raleigh was like this. When I came to him and I said, I can't do this, Raleigh. I have no confidence. What if he say, oh gosh, that's all I need is one more person to fall out on me. What would have happened to both of us? What would have happened? Not only would those kids, all 3 periods, had no teacher, but other things would have fallen too, right? But by the end of my 3rd period, I had those kids, they were like loving it, and they were talking about their life a little bit and how they affected science. We talked about the safety of science, and every one of us ended up like that. Now, you have a choice. Gosh, I wish Wayne was here to teach. You have a choice in your life to be a light to someone. And you're sure we're not always like this every day. And we're not like this every day. But be on, turn it on, so that the Lord's Spirit can help you when you're down. Be someone to someone else. Now, I know I always talk about my Aunt May. And I talked to her about journal writing yesterday. And she says, I don't have anything to write about. I says, Aunt May, I would give anything to know what's important to you in your life. Because she is this to me and to my angel girl. And things that are important to her would be so important later on to people later on in the families. So I'm trying to encourage her to write a journal.
And we see what's important to her, which is serving others, helping other people. She's always thinking of everyone else but herself.
Yeah.
That's obvious, but we want to know like the deeper things.
I want to know
create that.
Why is she like this? I want to know what caused her to be such a kind soul. And because she's that way to everybody.
Whether she realizes it or not.
She doesn't think she is. She's too humble, I think. But anyway, my wife is like this. Now, I've seen her have moments like this.
Yeah.
And I've had moments, and we sometimes would meet on this level. And we take each other down.
No.
Not really. But I try, when she's like that, I try to be like that. And when she's like this.
Anyway,
well, I'm probably going on beyond what I'm supposed to say. Do you get the point? Okay.
I love that.
Do you see?
lesson.
Do you see the lesson that Wayne put together?
Yeah.
And it's the same thing when we're making choices that are not good choices. The lightiness goes down.
And I think too, when we start jumping on negativity, we talked about how Facebook, we try to keep Jay's Facebook page positive, and we want it to be somewhere anyone can go on there, or anything we do, and be lifted, and be constantly lifted. You know, we don't like there are negative places in Facebook, and in everywhere, in social media, and the friends we keep that will drag us down. And so I think that it's important to just notice those things you're doing to feed. What are you feeding yourself? Like, what are you creating to where you can be light? Because you're right. It's like, I know I shared with you guys a few weeks ago that I went to the doctor for just like a checkup, and those questions, I'm like, am I a little depressed? I think I've never had depression. I've never been that kind of person. But I think that it's important, especially in the world right now when things are just a little crazy out there. To try to do things that we strategically every day do on purpose to keep that light in us.
Yes, exactly. And I saw something that really sparked me yesterday. Kim from Layton wrote a beautiful letter. I'm not going to. I'm not. Yeah.
Want me to move that out of your way?
And maybe we can bring that a little closer into us now that we can bring this. Do you think it's possible to bring that closer?
Kathy, do you mind grabbing?
Okay.
Here, let me do this. Let's
Anyway.
turn that off. In fact, just unplug it maybe.
Yeah.
So we don't electrocute anybody. Maybe just unplug it out of the wall.
So many of you are writing some beautiful letters. I read this from Kim from Layton yesterday. It was just, well, beautiful. Just a little note that that'll lift us, to lift me, and it was just beautiful. So many of you write these sweet notes on how we've been able to. Yeah, that's perfect, sweetheart. Come over here now, Angel. So many people write how our music has helped you and how the family's helped you, but you really helped us. And those little notes that you write, I love reading them. Karen loves reading them. But
We've gotten quite a few of them. Thank you so much.
thank you.
But kind letters and
Yeah. There was a. I don't know. There's so many things that but this particular, I want to show it to you right here. So funny. I was going through pictures. Let me get this. Well, before I do that, I'm squirreling. You know what? Do you know when I had mentioned how we have an Osmond smile, smile and Osmond smile? Well, that means here's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It goes up to 10, right?
you know what? I don't want to interrupt you, but this is really fascinating.
Okay, yeah.
I want you to tell them. So pardon, you guys will love this.
Okay.
I want you to tell them where that came from.
Okay.
Where did that come from? Where you're smiling a certain number? Did you guys know that they have like a number they would smile as
Okay,
children?
and that's why we always seem to be smiling the same, because we are. Alan or one of us would say 7, so we'd say 7, a 5, a 5. A 10 is like I felt something.
But tell them where it came
Where
from.
it came from? Okay, Lasse Landahl. As many of you know about our great love for him. He said, "Gosh, you were all smiling at 10 today." We says, "What do you mean at 10?" He says, "Look at you, how happy you are." He says, "Now, I want you to give me a 5. Go halfway smile." So we go down to 5. That's a 5. And then he taught us how to smile all in sync, because we were always singing in harmony, all in sync. So he gave us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that came from Lasse Landahl.
Isn't that fascinating?
But I came up with something. I think it's funny.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I see.
Hold the fort. Jace found something that's funny.
Everything is funny to me. I don't know why. I think I get that from my mother. But I think you can smile at 15.
No, sir.
I kid you not.
How can you smile at 15?
This is a 10. For me, everyone has it. Give me your 10. There, you got it. I got it. See, this is a 15.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh my heaven's sake!
Is that funny? I'm sorry.
So Jay smiled at 15.
I just smiled at 15 to you.
Oh, that's gonna fall.
Oh,
Here, hand that
okay,
to me.
Kathy. Okay. Anyway,
You are too funny. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
He's
It's
in rare form today, guys.
rare,
Watch out.
rare form. Rare form. But now on a sad note.
Oh, you can't do that. You gotta ease them into sad notes.
Oh, okay. When we first got married, I can't find it, but anyway, we wrote this thing called an appreciation journal.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I like to do when I'm feeling sad, I start writing things that I'm grateful for. Okay, I'm grateful that I met you. I'm grateful that I know you too. I'm grateful that you're out there watching us. And have been with us forever. I mean, it's just wonderful. And I'm grateful for my parents and for my new job and for the past. I'm grateful for my brothers and my sister. I love them. They're crazy, but I love them.
We're all crazy.
But I love them.
Yeah.
But 3 days ago, the power went out.
We had a big monsoon here in Arizona.
Okay.
Kathy and Judy were like, "What's going on? This is the monsoon season."
I got really upset because my light I was reading. I don't know.
The air conditioning
The
went
air conditioning went on, and I started sweating really bad. It was really hot.
It reminded me of Brad Wilcox's talk last
Yes.
Sunday. He was talking about when the heat goes off, it's always going, but we
Yes.
don't notice it till it goes off. But he said, for those of you down in Arizona, the air conditioning goes off, then you realize the power's off.
That's right. It's like the Spirit, too, is with you, and you don't notice it sometimes until something happens. Then you go, oh,
Right.
oh, oh.
Where'd it go?
Where'd it go? And so, but, so I wrote an appreciation note about how much I really enjoy air conditioning. And all of a sudden, my negative attitude, like, it just went right out the window. I stopped being negative. And I go, because how much I really enjoyed nice,
And
cool
other
air.
things,
And, and
other
then
things
it
you're
carried on
grateful
to
to.
other things. And just, so when you get down, start writing what you're appreciative for.
Well, and we've found times that we've quit doing it, and then our lives will feel kind of gloomy. There was a time in Chester, and I think it was
Oh,
maybe
gosh,
when we were
yes.
living over in England in
Yeah,
Chester,
yeah.
and it was maybe a little bit of seasonal depression or something because
It could have been.
We weren't used to this. Arizona girl wasn't used to being in England, a British. I guess we were real close to Wales there, but
Yeah.
in a winter there.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't as bright. The daylight hours weren't as long. But what we got out our gratitude journals again, and we leave them on our nightstand, like next to our bed.
Yeah.
And we promised ourselves, okay, every night before we go to sleep, we're going to list at least one thing we're thankful for.
Yes.
And every single night, we'd write one, and then we'd always write a few at least, because more would start happening. But you know what started happening? We realized when we were in Chester, is we really were trying hard to do it, and so we noticed during the day that we would be purposely watching for things that we could write that night, so it wouldn't be so hard.
Yeah.
So we'd be just walking along during the day, and I'd say, "Look at that little flower growing up in the crack in the sidewalk."
I remember
Do you remember
you saying that. I
When we were
remember
right
you
by the
saying
river there.
that. Yes.
And I said, "I'm going to write that in my gratitude journal tonight." But it just got me to shift my mind to be watching for things I'm thankful for. And you know what? Just like this, it's like what you're focusing on, it magnifies. So I didn't even mean to do that.
I didn't even think
But
of that.
it's true. What you're
I didn't even
focusing
think
on
of that.
magnifies. So when we were focusing on,
That's a brilliant
let's
thought.
find.
I'm going to remember that.
So, when you're focusing on something, it becomes bigger. So we just started noticing every day we'd be out, we would start focusing on positive things, and then that night, and I bet you, we could get our journals if we could ever find them. All of our
See, that's
mess.
the other thing.
We're still discombobulated. We've been having so much fun during the week with Kathy and Judy. We just still haven't unpacked things.
Oh, gosh. We're still living in boxes.
We just have been focusing on things that are more
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
So anyhow, but really, we would recommend that. So we're talking about journaling. We're talking about writing down those important things in your lives that are happening, but also maybe at the top of each page every night, even if you don't want to journal, write down, you make it a gratitude journal too.
That's right.
Write down at least one thing you're thankful for. Maybe that's all you can find that day.
In fact, I was talking to you about habits this morning, how I developed some bad habits because we're living in boxes, right?
Right.
And I forget to hang up my clothes a little bit, okay? And so these bad habits started getting worse and worse. But you can start good habits, just like brushing your teeth. Maybe when you brush your teeth, you just write a little, I'm
Maybe
grateful.
some of you haven't brushed your teeth for a few months. I'm just joking.
Oh, sweetheart.
You're so funny,
Her
Jay.
humor goes a little funny.
Well, I was like, what is...
She is so fun to live with because she sees humor in things that I could never find. I mean, she finds humor, like my mother did.
I do.
She's funny.
And mine's my father. He could laugh at anything, and
Yeah.
everything was funny to him.
Yeah,
and-
everything
But
is
I
funny.
think he was a little more off than your mother. I think sometimes I laugh at things that, like, Judy and Kathy being here this last couple of weeks, I think once in a while, now Judy gets me. Yesterday, Judy was laughing at something, and she was telling this story, and I'm like, well, it's because of this, and I explained it to Kathy, and I'm like, Judy's like, you get me, don't you? And I said, yeah, I get you. I think that's a little scary, but I get you. But we talked to our friend Randall Wright, Randall with 1L, and he's on Facebook. He has a Facebook group called the 3 Word Journal, and he also teaches that in
That's
classes.
right.
And
That's
so
right.
he has a YouTube. So maybe when you have time, maybe join Randall's 3-Word Journal Facebook page, and he'll be popping in with little things to help you get going. He has little videos on there. What a great guy. Him and Wendy, his wife, we're good friends with them. They live in Texas, not super close to Kathy.
No, they live in Austin, don't they? Yeah, Austin, Texas.
Austin,
Yeah.
yeah. Doesn't your nephew live in Austin?
Donald. Donnie's
Okay.
boy, he
Yeah.
lives in Austin.
Anyway, 3-Word Journal. That's kind of how and one of these weeks we're going to help you with family history. If anyone's interested, we'll do a little blurb on that. But this week it's journals.
FamilySearch.org. We're gonna teach you how to do that, and it's gonna be easy.
Yeah.
Really easy.
But
So
this
stick.
week, 3-Word Journals
Yeah.
and journaling and anything else on that before you, because I can tell you're ready to move to your next step. I just want to make sure
I'm trying
they're
not to
okay.
squirrel. So what you're saying is really
I think
important.
they love your squirrel.
I don't know.
They love.
I'm really
He's just part of-
struggling.
They love your
Okay,
squirrel.
there was this time we were first married. He would just do this random stuff, and I would look at him like, "Why did you do that? Like, why are you doing that?" You know, and I finally one week I just said, "Why? What makes you do that? Why do you even do that? Like in a nice way, because he's adorable. He could never do anything and make me." And he just looked at me and he said, "It's just part of being Jay." Just
I
part of
had
being
no
Jay.
other answer.
It's just part of being
I had
Jay.
no other answer.
And so once in a while he'll do something totally off the wall, and I'll look at him and say, "It's part of being Jay," and he knows exactly what I'm talking about. So your squirrel is part of being Jay,
Thank
and
you.
I love the whole Jay, even the squirrel.
Thank you.
I just adore you. So it's okay.
Well, I just had this. I was trying to get to this other point where you know, I always tease people how my wife's sense of humor is like really funny to me, and my mother also had a really funny sense of humor. Well, I have these pictures, and I won't show you them now, but I have one with Chewbacca. I have one
I
with.
have it. It's right here.
Oh no!
I have them.
Do you have
I'll
the
give
one? Do you have the one with Anthony Daniels?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Anyway, I was showing mother my picture with the original Chewbacca and the original Anthony Daniels, which is C-3PO, the guy that and then the actually R2-D2, the original one that I drove around on with a little radio control, and then also the guy who was walking there's two different R2-D2s. There's one that was live.
I think they've been moved so many times that
yeah.
we don't know where they are.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's save the. Oh, here. Oh, okay.
I'll show them to you.
Okay. Anyway, I was showing.
Okay, so here's the original Chewbacca, and Jay's in a stormtrooper. Hello, there it is.
I was a stormtrooper. I was an original stormtrooper, and he came up to me and I said, "Oh, I got to have a picture with you because we did a stormtrooper thing." And then I don't know if we had the original
Here's
Anthony Daniels, but
R2-D2.
that's the original R2-D2 in the movie that sits on the back. You know, I drove him around. So I was telling mother, about all this, and she comes in with this Darth Vader mess. She says, "You didn't get one with Darth Vader." That's mother.
That's Mother and Jay. Isn't she hysterical?
So she went and bought a Darth Vader mask because I didn't get one with the guy that played Darth Vader, you know. So she comes in with a Darth Vader mask.
Isn't she hysterical?
Hysterical. And I really think she gets her humor from Grandma Davis. Grandma Davis was hysterical. She reminds me so much of my Aunt May. She was hysterical and didn't think she was. I mean, just dry sense of humor, you know. And so when I saw that picture, and then I read a letter that I wrote to Grandpa and Grandma.
So do you see there that they're celebrating Jay's birthday?
There's
Grandma
I was about
Davis, and there's Jay. There's his birthday cake, and they're there to celebrate. And they were always there. They were always there, you know, just like my Aunt May was always there for me. You know, those moments, you know, that you have as your memories of your life.
And then
And my grandparents were there just like yours were.
And then Karen finds this letter.
And Jay's, it was in the same box with the shoebox of Jay's light from Wayne. He has this box full of all these little memories that he's kept over the years.
Yeah. And so I want to read that to you. It was 7 or 7. I think it was 7. Dear Grandpa and Grandma, I sure like the watch and erasers. My watch looks just like Wayne's. I should be on time for everything now. last night we went up to the store and bought some roller skates. ROLLOR skates. And a parachute jumper at the first. When I got the erasers, I thought they were little animals. I enjoyed my birthday, but we're planning to come down to Utah. But we hope you come down first. Love, Jay. See, this is why journals or things, save your letters that you get from your loved ones or write to your loved ones. That meant so much to me when I put the picture with the letter, I went, wow, those are happy memories. And so,
Just like the journal of your mom writing when she at the day that she had you in the hospital.
Remember that? Was that 2 sessions ago?
Maybe 2 or 3. But remember how you were really down at that point, and when you read how important you were to your mother, and how she loved you so much, and those words. I remember finding that book at that moment. You were really down. I think it was after that big barrage of the Facebook negativity.
Yes, that's right.
And you were really brought down by it all, and we found that book, and that just really lifted you at that moment. We don't know, when we write in our journals, we write little tender notes about our kids or our loved ones or what happened. We don't know if later in their life maybe that's going to be their spot where it lifts them and helps them to know.
And isn't it all about lifting? That's why I brought this thing up with Wayne. Wayne's little invention.
Wayne always lifts me.
Wayne.
I adore Wayne.
You know, a lot of people, because you don't hear a lot about Wayne's stories, but let me just tell you, that guy is a gem.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah. He's one brother that pulled me through so much, and never took credit for anything. You know, has no ego. Could care less. If he's out there, or who gets the credit. He didn't. He's always in the background. Never took credit for anything. The guy is just amazing. My champion.
Brilliant.
He's brilliant. Mm-hmm. But anyway, what we're trying to say, what I wanted to say, and then I want to end with, did you get any responses from the letters?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I did.
Do you remember with the first of this session how we had all those technical difficulties? You know, it was like a struggle for us, and you could tell some frustration was going on with us, you know, and that could have really turned into a bad thing. But now I look back and I'm laughing at it now. I'm laughing at, oh, by the way, here we go. We got technical difficulties, and you know, at first. But that's what life is. We're going to have those bumps along the way. Mm-hmm. And we're going to have, things are not going to run smoothly. Okay? Things are not going to go smoothly as planned. We're going to have difficulties in your life. As we did this session. This is kind of like what life is, but you can turn them around. You can laugh at it. You can learn from it. And there's one thing I want to show you, something that I got. One second. It was.
Where did he go? Oh, girls, he left us in charge. What are we going to do?
Actually, I went to get my licorice. No, actually, you'll probably see this backwards, but
Yeah,
it
you
says,
do see it backwards.
forget the past, but remember the lesson. Okay? Don't hold on to your anger. Don't hold on to the guilt. Don't hold on to the crap. I mean, remember the things that you did wrong. Learn from them, but forget the pain of it. We're here to learn. We all have pain. We all have those things. Now, I want to show you one thing, and I'm squirreling a little bit. I'm a big Reagan fan, okay?
Well, you were telling me, you weren't squirreling. You were telling me yesterday that when you were standing doing the Pledge of Allegiance at school.
Oh, that's right.
One thing about this school we love is they do the Pledge of Allegiance every morning.
That's right.
And they have a moment of prayer, a moment of silence. But
And
you yesterday what you were telling me about the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay, I love the Pledge of Allegiance, and I just love it. And I saw everybody do this Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, and so I remember in that moment of silence, I even saw some kids bow their heads, and I knew that they were praying. You know, it was a powerful thing. I love that about ALA school. And it reminded me of this time with Ronald Reagan. We put his, my brothers and I put on his inauguration. And then this picture, this is a really special one to me. You know how that's a real special picture to me.
What a great president.
Great man.
He was. Very
Honor.
patriotic.
He's just patriotic. Just a good man, you know, and I just love it. And so one of the things that we're forgetting about is God and country and being loyal, and it just
In the part of the pledge that says one nation under God.
under God.
Indivisible.
Right.
Yeah.
And so one nation under God, we're taking God out of schools, and we're taking him, and boy, we do that, boy, we're going to all fall apart.
But I love that your school does that. Our school, because I work there too.
You work there too. Our school
Our school
remembers God and
remembers
country,
country, yeah.
and I just love that.
And that's part of a great attitude of remembering where you come from, remembering, you know, the people that were there before you,
Yeah.
and that's you know, that's part of patriotism.
It sure is.
Remembering and honoring those people that were there before you,
Before you,
who
exactly.
sacrificed and helped you. So.
And you know, and whatever country you are in, whether it's the UK or France or
Europe,
or
Sweden, we have
like
people from all over.
people all over love your country.
Here, let me zoom in on that.
Can you
for
zoom in? Can you do that for me?
Let me help you.
This broke my heart yesterday.
It was in that same box with that letter to his grandparents.
And go up a little bit so you can see. Now go back a little bit, and then you can see the whole picture on top. Yeah, like that. That was a beautiful. And I saw the band members.
So where was this, Jay?
This was in a place called
Sweden, right?
yeah. I don't know if it says the town.
But that's a picture from Sweden. Was that when you were singing at the folk parks?
Bengtsfors. But it was a folk park, folk park, and that's typical of a folk park. And then the band members was Yvonne and Eden and Ulla Åkerfeldt and John Kongshog.
Jay and I are missing Sweden so bad.
Oh,
lately.
wow.
We miss Robert and Maria and Blosa and Lulu.
Oh yeah.
And every week we say how much we miss Sweden. We've never gone this long and not gone to Sweden.
It's just we really do miss him. And I found another picture I just love. This is those who are members of our church. That's President W. Kimball.
Spencer W.
Did I say? I meant Spencer W. Kimball and his wife Camilla. And so when they dedicated our studio there, he dedicated, our studio, and then he wrote a letter, and it's the cutest little letter. It's just precious. Anyway, what I'm trying to get at here is save things that are important to you right now, and put a special box together, just like a little cardboard
Where all
box.
this came from.
It came
Jay's
from a little
special
box.
He-
My special box, I called it, or call it, about things that are important to me. Now, someday they're going to be important to someone else. And so it's great to have things that are important to me, but what is it going to do me any good once I'm gone? So what you want to do, this is all part of putting your personal history together. Put a letter that's important to you from your mother or your father or your brother or friend. Put a couple pictures that are really neat to you, and write down things that are important to you. Like, why is it important to be kind? Why is it important to love the Lord? Why is it important to say your prayers? Why is it important to read the scriptures? I mean, write down why. Because that's what's going to be important someday to someone down the line. When their light is low, they're going to be, maybe they'll have your special box in their room. And maybe they'll reach for that for strength. And that's why it's important to write down your personal histories and save pictures and things that are important. Find your special box. Call it your special box and label it so that your family members way down the line will know that that's your special thing and that they can rely on that. I mean, do you know how many times I've relied on things that my parents have written or do you know how many times, or sent, So anyway, what I want to get now is I want to call someone. I know this is out and squirreling.
You got to wait a second, because
Do
I'm
I?
trying to make it work.
Oh, you okay, am I too
I'm
fast?
trying- just a little.
Just a little, okay. And we only have what? Shoot.
That's okay.
This goes by
we
so
can always
fast.
go 5 minutes over. It's okay.
I think it's fun to just call someone out of nowhere and just talk to them. We did that with you girls too one time, didn't we?
Yes, you did.
And Kathy and Judy.
Well, I had somebody that I actually tipped off and asked if it was okay.
Oh, you called them?
If
too?
we called her.
Okay.
But I'm looking and it's not set up. I don't think her phone is set up to.
Because see, mine wasn't. You had to call me on the phone.
So I called. Oh shoot. So maybe we'll have to do it next week then. Okay.
Well, hang on. It might be my fault. Let's see. It's saying I have to be. So you go
I'm
ahead.
smelling licorice
Ad
right
lib.
now.
Ad lib. Hey, Kathy. Remember Jay yesterday? He opened up this second bag of licorice.
Oh.
And remember how he promised
Oh, I
Boy
forgot.
Scouts honor that he would. It's okay.
I'm sorry. I promise I'd only eat one bag of licorice per week. This is already into the second week. Okay.
He's naughty. This one.
Naughty. Oh, do you want to see us? Want to sell us? Oh, there.
He's naughty. This one.
This was the first. No, go ahead. This was the first
Okay.
Osmond computer Mother made. I mean, tape recorder.
Prototype.
Prototype.
Oh, she's
Oh,
here.
hold on. It did work. Oh.
Hello.
Hey.
Guess who we have on the phone?
Hi.
Barbara Sorrento
Hi.
Bain. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Well, guess what, Barbara? You are on live. So in front of all your friends out here, all of our friends out here right now.
Well, hello, everybody.
Barbara's been a friend forever, and she's been so sweet. And do you have anything you'd like to say to everybody
You have
online?
like a little funny story or something that that everyone would like to hear.
When I was young, my parents, they didn't want me to have any bad stigma about like Friday the 13th. They didn't want us to think of that day as bad and be fearful of it. And one Friday the 13th, I don't remember how old I was, they actually brought home, I don't know why that keeps doing that. They actually brought home a puppy on Friday the 13th, so we'd always think it was a good thing.
How cute.
Oh my heck!
So, yeah. So that was a good thing. I always liked that. It was just, now Friday the 13th, I always feel like it's a lucky day, so it's not a...
It's not a bad day.
It's an up thing.
So you're saying if somebody has like something that gets them down, that makes them depressed, maybe do something, rewrite it and make it something good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, turn it into something good. Just flip it around.
Well, Barbara, you
Oh.
just did the turning lemons into lemonade theory.
Right.
Do you have any little special Osmond story you'd want to share?
Yeah. When I was real young, like 9 or 10, my parents, I was spoiled. They'd take me all around to go see Osmond concerts, but we didn't have a lot of money, so it was either get the tickets for the concert or have a camera. So I chose to go to the concerts. So I never did get to have, I don't know why that keeps turning off. I never did get to get pictures back in the 70s. So on October 2nd, 2012, I got my first picture with Jay, and it was probably one of the best memories of my life.
Oh.
Is that the time? No, that was, boy, when was the time, Barbara? Remember when we kind of got stuck somewhere and we had to hop in your car and you had to take us somewhere?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was in Northfield, Ohio here.
That was like a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, it was in,
I just remember going, well, we can trust Barbara. Let's ask her. We're kind of stuck here.
It was last year. It
Oh.
was March of 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, and I did my corner, was trying to hide all the pop cans and boxes and all that in the back.
Well, no, we get that because we have a back seat. Ask Kathy and Judy. It's like when you don't really have people that usually ride in the back seat. We had like a big plastic tote in the back seat, and Judy goes to get in, and she goes, "Is this my booster seat? Do I have a car seat?" She thought she was gonna have to sit on top of it.
Yeah, I work so much, I pretty much live in my car, so everything just got thrown in there, and I was too exhausted after work to put it in the trash.
Well, you're like the super nurse. You're like, you've been right there at the front lines of the healthcare. My secret wish is that Jay and I would have so much money that we could make a little retirement village called Osmond Land, and all of you could move in and be Osmond friends, and you could be the nurse, okay, Barbara? Osmond Acres, maybe.
Osmond Acres, that'd be better.
Anyway.
Well, Barbara, we appreciate you getting online with us. We just want to know how much we appreciate you and love you. And
you doing all right?
I love you both too.
You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Just working a lot with my pictures and making videos and kind of sitting around and enjoying being home for a little bit.
Yeah.
We love that gift you made for us. That was the picture with the resin that you had to use a blowtorch to make it hard.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Just beautiful.
That took like 4 days to make. Yeah.
That's like one of the first things we hang up in any of our places.
Thank
We
you for
love
that,
it.
Barbara.
I love it.
Well, we love you, Barbara.
We
You
do.
take
Love you
care.
both too.
Have
You
a
too.
good, have a
Stay
good
safe.
day.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Bye-bye. Thanks again.
Isn't that fun? I love doing that. She's so nice. And
She really is.
you know what? Let's call Christy.
Christy. Call Christy.
Hey, let's call Christy. Let's
Call Christy.
don't tell her.
Well, you have her phone. Why don't
Do you
you
ever
call
have
her?
a phone
Because I
number?
don't have her on here.
Oh, let's call her off your phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Now, I've met Christy. I know I have.
Oh,
Haven't
I don't think you have, actually.
No, I don't think you have.
I don't think you've met Christy.
So
This
let
is-
everyone know, who is Christy?
Explain
Christy has been my partner in crime for 40 years.
So
40
she
years.
goes way back like you.
Oh, yes.
So now, is she one of the ones that you told me? Because Judy used to hang out with these guys at their home.
Yes.
Father and mother loved Judy.
Yeah.
And she's been around forever.
Do you want me to call her on my phone?
Yeah. So is Christy one of those girls that would go with you sometimes?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
We'll
Wow,
put it
that's
on the
very
speaker close to our phone.
Hello.
Hello,
Is this Christy?
this is Christy.
This is Jay and Karen and Judy and Kathy. How are you?
Good, how are you?
You're live for on Jay's what do we call it? Saturday Live
night live visit.
visit.
Saturday night visit.
Yeah. How are you?
Great.
I haven't talked to you in forever.
No, last time I saw you, you actually introduced us to Karen.
Oh, so you did then?
I
Okay.
was telling them. I thought I met you.
Yeah, 2014, we were going to see Donnie and Marie at the showroom. We were heading to the
Uh-huh.
showroom.
When you guys were dating.
I remember.
Okay. You did meet Karen then.
Okay.
Yes, you introduced her as your sweet friend Karen.
Oh, my sweet friend Karen.
Well, it was when we were dating, so that
Yeah.
was like the whole 2 months.
months.
Sometime in that little.
Hey.
April 2014.
Hey, Christy, do you have any silly stories for our wonderful friends out there that would be fun? For
Share
them?
your funniest Osmond story.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I've got tons of them. One thing that we always realized, too, when we lived in Utah was be careful. We never knew when we were going to run into one of you guys.
Oh, yeah.
And Tammy and I think Judy was with us, we went to see Raiders of the Lost Ark. Well, we're talking about Donnie, of course, before the show. Luckily, it was all favorable because when we stood up to leave at the end of the night, guess who was sitting 2 rows behind us, directly behind us?
Serious.
And it was face to face. We're like, hi. No. But,
Were you there, Judy?
Also, I used to take the bus to work. I would sit on the diagonal. It used to be Shopko was there, and now I think there's a Mexican restaurant that's there now.
Uh-huh.
And so many times I'd be sitting there waiting for the bus. Your mother picked me up several times. Marie picked me up. Jimmy picked me up. You picked me up. Donnie drove past, looked at me, and I swore he just waved and laughed.
And,
But
and tell
everybody-
him where Judy was.
Judy was riding her bike up the diagonal as we were passing by.
And you would honk.
Because I remember Jimmy saying, well, tell Judy hi. I said, you mean her? So we passed the bike up the diagonal.
Oh,
But,
gosh.
yeah, you just never knew where you were going to run into one of them.
You know what's funny about that, Christy? Jay and I love that. Where's the place, Judy, we took you there to eat? that
Molly's?
Molly's. We
Molly's.
love that Molly's Catering. You know,
Yeah.
they're in Provo. We go there and eat lunch. And one day we were in line behind this couple and this guy. So 3 people, 2 guys and a girl. And the guy was telling this couple about how he wanted to do some wall units and some cabinets in their house. And he was going on and on about how he does them for the Osmonds and how he just did this cabinet, all these cabinets in Johnny's house. And he's just talking it all up like this. And Jay and I are sitting, and Jay's like, "Oh, so he has no idea." I'm like right behind him,
Yeah.
and then he shows the couple like pictures of everything he's done, and the lady's like, "Oh, I'd like those pictures," you know. And anyway, it was hysterical. And you just never, when you're around Utah Valley,
You never know.
you never know.
No.
Yeah, it's true. You don't. You don't. We had gone to a series of Melaleuca meetings in downtown Provo, and the final night, we went out to eat afterwards. A bunch of us girls, and we thought, we're not going to bother Donnie after the show, after the meeting tonight, because we talked to him last night and the night before. So we go in to Frontier Pies. The waitress sits us down, and she says, "Is this okay?" And everyone says, "Yeah." Elaine says yes. Mary Fontaine says yes. Janice says yes. I said nope. And they're all looking at me. Well, right directly next to us was Donnie and Debbie.
Oh, really?
And we're like, yeah. We're like, no. We'll sit way over at the other end of the restaurant. Because we didn't want Donnie thinking that we had followed him there, because we hadn't that time.
Oh, my heck. Well, it's just nice to talk to you again. It's been forever and a day. And you're up in Northern California, aren't you?
Yes, in the Bay Area, smoky Bay Area.
Smoky
with all
Bay.
the fires.
Well, thank you for being by your phone. And
Judy had one more that
Judy
she
has-
wanted
Judy has
to talk about with Christy.
Oh, there was a time we had gone to the airport, and the brothers were leaving for somewhere, I don't remember now. But they would take, like, Alan or Meryl would generally take, like, one kid with them. And this particular time was Nathan. And so we're just kind of standing around in a circle, and we're just kind of like talking. And this lady comes in, and she's got her mom, and the mom had a huge suitcase. And so she told her mom, "Just stay right here. Let me go park the car. I'll come back. I'll get you checked in." Well, I guess it took too long. And the mom was getting a little nervous. So she walks over and she looks at Alan, and she says, I guess she thought he's a good strapping young man, and she asked him, she says, "Can you help me go check this in? This bag is just really too big for me." Alan looks at her, he looks at us, he looks at Nathan, he looks at the suitcase, he's just going, so he just kind of, okay, he looked at Nathan and he said, "Stay here with the girls." So he gets with this lady, he goes and he stands in line all the way, gets her checked in, comes back to us. We're trying so hard not to laugh. And then the lady goes back and stands there. The daughter comes in, she looks and she goes, "Mom, where's your suitcase?" "Oh, well, that nice young man helped me check it in." And she said, "Mom, I told you I would help you." She says, "I know, but it's getting close to my flight." So she walked over to thank the guy, and all of a sudden she looked at him and she goes, "Oh my gosh, you're one of the Osmonds!"
That was so nice of Alan.
Yeah. Oh, we were busted up laughing.
Oh,
It was
my
so
heavens.
funny. It was, so yeah, it was. We had some pretty fun times. We've got stories.
now,
Yeah.
we're going to have to say goodbye, but I want you to say goodbye to Judy. Judy, say goodbye.
Hello.
Bye,
Goodbye.
Judy.
Bye bye.
Say goodbye to Kathy.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Wait, hold on. Where's Kathy? There's Kathy.
Bye, everybody.
Okay. I want to say goodbye to my little Karina.
Goodness, we're getting seasick.
Yeah,
Oh, we love you.
We love you so much. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for being with us. And next week, I'd like to talk about how to get on Family Search. And
For just a minute.
For just a minute.
We won't
So-
bore you if you're not into that.
No, but-
we'll show you how to get on there
Yeah.
real quick if you are wanting to know.
That's
how.
right. Thanks for joining us. We just love doing these, and we love to hear your comments. We didn't get a chance to read some of your questions,
We
so
didn't.
we're gonna.
Well, we didn't ask for questions this time because we knew we wouldn't have time.
Oh, that's right. So I guess we didn't read your questions.
Yes,
then.
we didn't ask for it.
But
We
next
did
week we will.
questions.
Well, so anyway, But,
Okay,
yeah,
well, we
thank
love you. Have a good week, you all.
Bye.